Alright, hi everybody. This afternoon here I've been doing a lot of researching, going over my wiring diagrams, only to discover that I'm not going to be able to use my speedometer. It turns out the velocity sensor unit on this was not on the rear wheel. It was actually in the engine, and actually let me show you where it was here. So over here I have the engine pulled out. So as you can see the engine, well, this unit here is the velocity sensor. So this was what feeds into the speedometer and tells the speedometer how fast the bike's going. And apparently if it's on this motor, and this motor's here, and I'm putting an electric motor in the bike, this one's not going to tell the speedometer how fast that one's going. So apparently I got to buy a new speedometer. So yeah, Pete and I sat and talked. We were going over all these wiring diagrams and looking at this stuff and trying to figure out what this was. And I was able to determine that the rectifier regulator is useless and unessential. My starter relay switch is about to get deleted. Oh, here, let me show you. Okay, so here's my schematic, or my wiring diagram. So here's how things work. This is the alternator, generates the electric for the bike. So it goes directly into the voltage regulator. And what it does is it stabilizes the electricity and then feeds the electric into the lead line that goes into the positive on the battery, but it goes through a starter relay switch, which I'm going to eliminate and just put an inline fuse in this thing. But this entire line is unessential because we're not feeding power this way. We're actually going to be feeding power in through a battery charger. And then we don't need a starter relay because I don't have a starter motor. So this thing just gets eliminated and we bypass it. And like I said, I'll put a 30 amp fuse in line here, which feeds into this line here. So this line comes across, goes up to the ignition switch, and back down through the black line, and also this pink line. Well, the pink line or red line here goes back to the ECM, which is now unnecessary, as is this. Actually, everything in here is unnecessary, with the exception I'm going to keep the kickstand switch. And then this sensor unit goes, the fuse box stays, the fuel pump relay, the fan control relay, they're gone. The horn switch stays, turn signal switch stays, and the dimmer switch stays. But the clutch switch is going to go. So this is what's going on this DLC, I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, it goes. All these sensors, the fuel injectors, the spark plug's gone, the O2 sensor, neutral switch is gone, CPK or CKP switch is gone. The ground wires stay. Okay, and then up here we eliminate starter relay. We'll bypass it. Go like this. The evap purge solenoid gone. The ignition switch stays. Starter switch gone. Engine stop switch, I'm not sure. I may keep that in. Front brake light switch stays. Fan motor gone. Fuel pump gone. The turn signal relay stays. Par solenoid control valve gone. Bank angle sensor gone. Evap, or the velocity sensor, is now gone. Speedometer is no longer working as a speedometer because the VS sensor is in the motor. So I have no way to determine the speed of the bike currently. So, but I'm going to keep the speedometer because it's got a number of lights on it that I need. I need my right turn signal, I need my left turn signal, I need my high beam, low beam indicator. I think I'm going to use either the temperature sensor light or the motor sensor light to indicate when the kickstand's down. So I'm going to wire in the side stand switch into one of these lights. It may be the one with, there's one that has got a little motor icon that lights up. That is in yellow. That might be a good one for the kickstand. And then the speedometer itself won't work, but I ordered a new speedometer, and it comes with a trip meter and a number of things in it that are essential for a speedometer. So I'm going to replace this speedometer. I'm actually going to leave the speedometer because I need the light bar. But then I'll try and add my new, all the light gauges are all across the top. So I'll try and lay my new speedometer over the old speedometer itself, so that it keeps it looking kind of consistent. And then the horn we keep. So in reality, we're wiping out a major portion of this wiring. We'll keep the junction box, the battery, the brake light switch, the ignition switch, probably the engine stop switch, and the front brake light switch. This may be unnecessary, but we'll see. And I might use it for something else, I don't know. Fan motor goes, fuel pump, power control solenoid valve, bank angle, and VS sensor, and essentially the speedometer. So that's where we're at, and the reason I'm showing you this is I told you guys I was going to give you a detailed look at what we're doing. I'm hoping that you can see all the stuff that I'm doing here on this camera. Anyway, so that is pretty much where we're at, and we'll go over to the bike and kind of show you some of the wiring that we're going to get. We're going to get rid of a massive amount of wiring, but these wires here, this little harness, let's see, this was from the alternator, so this is gone with the exception of these two ground wires. I've spliced these together and then they take it to the ground, which is right there. So this goes, and all of these clips here are gone now, including my ECM, which is right. I thought I was going to keep it to control the speedometer, but clearly the speedometer won't work, so the ECM is unnecessary. And we're probably going to lose half of these wires here. And then they go through to, here's the fuse box, and I can't remember what this was, but I think, well, I'm not sure. Oh, I think this is a double. Yeah, this may be the fan controller and one other relay. So these may be gone too. And I think that's gone. All this stuff, all these clips are essentially useless. So, yeah, a major portion of these go turn signal relay. I think this may be it. That one stays, and the relay for the horn. Other than that, we're gone. So, I guess originally I was right in assuming that ECM was of no value, because with that velocity what am I trying to say? Anyway, the velocity, whatever the hell it was, is no longer, doesn't work without the engine in this bike, and So we're done with that. And and then this one's one I've already pulled out. This was the one with the 30 amp fuse, and this was the starter motor relay. The starter relay switch. So this I'm going to have to wire in. Actually, I probably can pull this off and just leave this relay in with this switch. And yeah, I might do that. That might be a good call. Anyway, so that's kind of where we're at right now. And yeah.